Yeah, while we're on cash, he's lucky, Stephen Miles, that the Macquarie Bank isn't the central banker for Queensland, because this is the first bank now that's telling us it's going completely cashless. This is hard to get your head around, Tim, because it's a bit like a pub with no beer, surely, a bank with no cash.
There's a bit of a class element to this as well. Like I live in the country, and there's a fair reliance, or probably a greater reliance in the country than in the cities on cold hard cash. We like to rely on something we can see and feel, and the cities and the elites, for want of a better term, obviously going the other direction, much more reliant on, much more dependent on plastic and credit and so on. And yeah, it's another divide. I think this one. I prefer to have banks with something that folds.
Yeah, I think Macquarie certainly caters to the top end of town, Mark. Your non-money is safe with us.
Yeah, that's true. But you know, we used to be the envy of the world for our banknotes. I can't believe this is one of the few things left, I guess, we can put a lot of pride in for Australia. But like, we used to be the pride of the world. They were plastic, it didn't rip. You could put them in the wash. Like they increased in size. Look at me, I'm super patriotic about our banknotes. I'm kind of sad to see them go, even though I am a city dweller, Tim. I'm kind of sad to see them go. Get your hands off my money, Macquarie.
Even in the city, even in Melbourne's trendy inner north, he doesn't mind a little bit of cash. Now, I've got to go to President Watch here and have a look at President Joe Biden's daily program again. It's always interesting reading. It doesn't take you long to read. He had a briefing at 10 o'clock in the morning the other day. No media involved in that. And then he departed the White House for a function at 4:45. That's it. That's the day for him, Tim. I hope he didn't knock himself out.
Well, you know, in his defence, it is called a daily brief. It's not called a daily extended or a daily a hell of a long time. It's just a daily brief. Gets up, takes whatever medication's lined up for that particular hour, and then eventually retires. But I noticed that Biden is scheduled to make some sort of comment about the growing anti-Semitism in the US and the world, and that's due, I think, in a couple of days. So no rush. You know, he'll get around to it eventually. Good stuff.
Yes, indeed. Let's have a listen to Donald Trump having a crack at Joe Biden.
Joe Biden failed on the border. He failed on inflation. He failed on gas prices. He failed on every single thing, including Afghanistan, the most vicious, embarrassing day or period in the life of this country, Afghanistan. Remember that disaster? The most embarrassing day. He failed on every single thing he touches turns to.
Yeah, everything he touches, Mark, turns to... I think it's the way most of us talk. I think we know what was beeped out there. That was the real Donald Trump. That wasn't you putting some swear words in his mouth.
Mate, that is how you do a campaign. That's what you should be doing. Like, you compare that to Biden's day, which is zero media, because please don't ask me a question, because it'll make me say a sentence. This bloke gets up there, can do a press conference with no dramas, drop bombs, absolute bombs down on everyone. It's honestly, I don't even understand how this is a contest. My boy's gonna get up. It's unbelievable. It's just so good. Gags like that, it was what wins election.